The 2018-19 season of the ASEAN Basketball League has started a month ago, with defending champions San Miguel Alab Pilipinas showing their might with a rousing 94-67 win over the CLS Knights Indonesia last week. However, it hasn't been all good news for Filipino ballers as the ABL has abolished the inclusion of heritage imports in favor of allowing 3 world imports for each team. Former imports Jai Reyes, Saigon Heat, and Paul Zamar, Mono Vampire Basketball Club, have expressed their dismay on the new rule change as it lessens job opportunities for Filipino players. With how difficult it is to land on a PBA roster, talented players like Reyes and Zamar didn't go unnoticed in the international stage. With that said, Fox Sports Philippines takes a look back on the most notable former Filipino imports in ABL history. Froilan Baguian.The pint-sized playmaker didn't really make waves in the local scene, but he was stellar in the international stage. Tapped as heritage import for Chiang Thailand Slammers, Saigon Heat, and Mono Vampire Basketball Club, Baguian went on to hold both the all-time record in assists in ABL history and the all-time record for assists in a single game. More importantly, he was hailed as a sports hero in Thailand for putting the country on the basketball map. His career ascended to its peak when head coach Joe Jellybean Bryant, father of Kobe Bryant, compared him to legendary point guards like Steve Nash and Chris Paul. Stanley Pringle. Before the razzle-dazzle point guard took his act to the PBA, Stanley Pringle showed out in the ABL first. The former NCAA Division I standout signed with the Indonesia Warriors and led the franchise to a coveted championship in 2012. Pringle normed impressive averages of 18.6 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 6.2 assists per game. His rivalry with then San Miguel Beerman point guard Chris Banchero elicited hype and excitement as SMB erased the Warriors' hopes of a two-peat when they defeated them in the 2013 ABL Finals. Jerick Canada. Dubbed as the Flash in the ABL, Canada brought the championship trophy to the high-tech Bangkok City in 2014. Canada averaged 20.5 points and 3.5 steals per game during the series and would go on to win the finals MVP. The Adamson University product also won the chip with the Indonesia Warriors in 2012, alongside Stanley Pringle. Leo Avenido. Once heralded as the best ASEAN-born player in the ABL, the 6'2" Avenido carved a blazing trail in the tournament. He became the first Filipino MVP of the league while averaging 15.0 points, 3.7 rebounds and 1.9 steals per game for the Singapore Slingers. Avenido scored a total of 1,627 points, good for the second most points record in ABL history. The former FU standout was also the first ABL player to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award. Matthew Wright. Matthew Wright's brilliant year with the West Sports Malaysia Dragons in 2015 earned him the nod to be the Heritage MVP that season. He also led the Dragons to a successful title run, partnering with Phil and Jason Brickman to defeat the Singapore Slingers. The Toronto native, who once played for the 2008 Philippine youth team, posted all-around averages of 23.1 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per game in his one-and-done year with the Dragons. Christian Standhardinger. Phil German Bruiser is the only big man in this list. Standhardinger is easily the most dominant Filipino import to ever set foot in an ABL court as he helped bring the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions to a semi-final appearance in 2018, only losing to the eventual champions, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. The workhorse center averaged 22.5 points, 11.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists and 1.3 steals per game for the Long Lions. His most memorable ABL performance was against the Alab Pilipinas, where he put up an outstanding performance of 26 points and 14 rebounds in front of a large Filipino crowd who booed him throughout the game.